Good evening, people. Hello. Hello out there. We are on the air. Hi, how are we? How are we? Four of you. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Vincent. Good evening, Richard. Good evening, Alice. You're all here. Hi, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the fun and games. How are we all? Are we all good tonight? Nikki will be joining me shortly. See, the chair is here ready for her, just dealing with something in the kitchen at the moment. So I shall be joined momentarily, which is a good thing. Jade is in the house. Jade, you are now the proud owner of this, my trusty HI Vis. I'll be talking about this in a few moments. I'll be showing you as well the new one, which got its first road test today. The new HI Vis was worn for the very first time, and I have to say it was very comfortable. I'll show you why it was so comfortable as well in a few moments. And you got a little sneak peek of it in that short I did last week. So you all know by now it's orange and not yellow. So whoever said orange last week when they were trying to guess what colour it was, you were right. Well done. There's a few things that are different about it, but generally speaking, for the most part, it's the same. There is a few little quirks that make it a bit unique, I suppose. Here's Nikki. Good evening.
Evening, everybody.
How are you?
You know how I am.
Please don't.
I'm not in the overtime cupboard this week.
No overtime covered this week, I'm afraid, people.
I've already been there, done that.
Yeah. So, okay. We've got a few more people joining us now. Good evening, Jenny. Good evening, Dave. Good evening, Mark. Hello.
No, not beer yet. Not yet.
No beer.
A couple of weeks ago when I had a beer, for me it's a very unusual occasion. I don't drink an awful lot. I'd soon have a ham sandwich. Or a nice piece of tiramisu or something.
Oh dear.
You know, that kind of thing. But yeah, no beer tonight. I might have a cup of tea in a minute.
We still have some of that beer though, so you are quite welcome to grab one if you want.
I know.
If anybody else wants one, just let me know. I can always send you some. Right, okay, let's get down to business then. I've only got a couple of things to talk about. First of all, my old HI Vis has gone. It has been auctioned off, and as I said a few minutes ago, Jade Williams is the proud owner of it. It went for £23.50, which is pretty good because that's about what I paid for it. I have signed the corner of the logo on the back just there, and there will be
Try forging that bugger.
Yes, I should have been a doctor, shouldn't I, with a signature like that? You know.
If you think his signature's bad, you should see the rest of his writing.
Well, this is why I type more than I write. So yeah, I've signed it. There will be a message included with that, and that'll be on its way to you tomorrow, Jade. Thank you very much. That's really good. That's really helpful. That's going to help me out no end. So yeah, well done. Now, obviously, this is the big reveal. Out with the old and in with the new. Are you okay? You're looking out the window?
Yeah, we've got bits happening outside. I'm just keeping my eyes on them.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we need neighbourhood watch ready to be.
Well, we got that. It's called Hannah. Trust me. Anything goes on our street out the front there, Hannah is first to know. And Hannah will let you know as well that there's something going on.
Yeah.
You know, one of those. I reckon Hannah would be a decent sports commentator because
she misses nothing.
The attention to detail is ridiculous. I'm telling you. Right. So, the big reveal, the orange HI Vis. Are you ready for this? Because it does look, like I said, a little bit different.
Get on with it, man.
Okay, so here it is. It's orange. And here's the back to start with. Now you can see there's a massive difference straight away because the logo doesn't have its blue border. Now, I didn't intend for that to happen. When I put the design through on the same website, the very same website that made this one, for some strange reason, they omitted the blue background.
Doesn't matter. Though.
I don't get why, but I think it works, especially on the orange. I think it's actually okay. There's a couple of other places on this where the logo is visible as well. There's no blue background on that either. Now, compared to the back of the other one, you can see it's the same at the bottom. It's a different font, but it still says recording, and it still says my website, my YouTube address at the bottom. So that's exactly the same as the orange one, but for the font, of course. Now, the front is a bit different because on the front of the original yellow one, you've got the logo in two places, and it just says Village Idiot underneath each logo. Okay, if Nikki holds it up,
the logo in sort of the breast pocket area.
Yeah,
and then Village Idiot across the middle.
But on this one, it's a bit different because I figured.
Hold on. Put it down.
Why?
This is how you're going to show it best.
Ah, yes, you'll like this bit. Just 1 second while Nikki sorts it out. Yeah, there we go. Right, so it's zip up and not Velcro, you see. So on the front, where the logos were, I've got my name instead because I figured that if people are going to see me, they're going to wonder who I am. And then obviously they can see who I am. That's my name right there. And underneath it says visiting every civil parish in England. Okay, so where Village Idiot was. Okay, and under that, you've got a logo on either side, a little logo on either side. Again, without the blue background, but again, I think it works. And there you go. That is the new HI Vis. And I will probably end up looking like a bin man. But, you know, to be honest with you, I like it. And I wore it today, and I'm comfortable in it. And the zip,
that's all that matters.
The zip makes a massive difference. The Velcro, that was good when the hooks were okay, but it's all worn off now because I've had it for 3 years. And the zip is definitely the better option.
So this will be coming up for auction in about 3 years.
Yeah, she probably will. To be fair, once it's served its purpose like the old one did.
Might have a green one next time or a blue one.
It could well be a different colour next time. You never know. They have a choice of colours, that website. I think black. I think they have black, blue, pink. I think is one of them. But yeah, that's the new HI Vis. Now, obviously, because I don't release my videos in actual chronological order, there'll be a mixture. You'll see a mixture. Some of them, the newest ones, you'll see me in this, obviously. But the ones that I've made before that, I'll still be wearing the old one. So, you know, for a time, there will be a mixture of yellow and orange, depending on where it is and what I'm doing in it, effectively. So, yeah, that's the brand new HI Vis. I do hope you like it. I know I do. I'm very happy with it. So it was actually cheaper than the yellow one by £2, believe it or not. I don't get that.
Just catch up on a couple of comments. Is it drunks outside? No, it's people moving house. Or people moving in and out of the houses and stuff being moved.
Mind you, it wouldn't surprise me if it were drunks around here, to be fair.
Probably drunk molecular. I was sponsored by Veolia. Possibly.
It could be. Sponsored by Tango. I like that, Dave. How can black be HI Vis? Honestly,
it's not the black. It's the HI Vis part is not the main colour. It's the reflective.
It's the reflective strip. It's this, isn't it? Yeah. I guess it can be in a way if it's done properly, but I don't know. I don't make these things, so I just go with what they have, basically. I don't think black would suit me in the summer anyway because it'd be too warm.
It's just really, I mean, whilst the bright orange and the bright yellow are high visibility colours for things like, you know, like for reflectiveness with the silver stripes on black. I've seen black HI Vises. Traffic wardens have them.
Yeah, well, they tend to be a mixture of colours. They tend to be like orange and blue, don't they?
The traffic wardens have them.
Yeah. Anyway, and to be fair, that website do ones where you can combine the colours together. So you never know. The next one could be multicoloured. There might be a rainbow coloured. You never know.
Oh, Christ.
Not rainbow coloured as in the pride flag, you understand?
No, I'm thinking that, you know, orange, blue, yellow, God, it'd be like walking Skittles.
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow, yeah. Anyway, right, go on.
Okay. So as I said, that got road tested today because I was down in Amber Valley earlier. How many of you listened to my piece on BBC Radio? Well, I say pieces on BBC Radio Derby earlier. I know there were a few of you in here who did. It was quite the experience, that one. I mean,
I listened to it.
I know you two listen to it. I know I've been on the radio before, so you know this kind of thing is second nature to me. But it was
better, I think, this time.
I think what made it unique in a way was that the guy had organised to find some locals. See, in one village we were talking to a parish councillor, and in the next village we were talking to some school children, which was quite interesting.
They were cute, the little kids. I think they sounded cute.
If anyone did listen to all 4 segments, the last one was actually pre-recorded. It was meant to be live. It was meant to be done at 8:40, and the reason it went out at 9:30 is because the kids were quite nervous, which is understandable.
Yeah, decent on the hoof editing.
Yeah. So basically, the guy recorded it as if it was live, and then obviously the station did their bit and put it out at 9:30. So if you listen to that, that's the reason why it didn't go out when it was meant to. But we still had our 4 bits, 2 in each village, so that was good. I've got to admit, the guy who was with me, who was interviewing me, he had this crazy hairstyle. He reminded me, or I don't know who he reminded me of, but when I described him to Nikki, Nikki came out with the perfect description. Was he like Sideshow Bob? And I just thought, actually, yeah, that's actually not a bad description because he genuinely did look like Sideshow Bob. But yeah, he was a character. Let's just say that. So yeah, that was that anyway. Radio Derby. I'll be back to Amber Valley on Wednesday because I only did those 2 this morning. I'll be back to Amber Valley Wednesday to do another 7. So Derbyshire, if there's anybody out there in Derbyshire right now, I'm coming back for you.
And the guy said that he would be speaking to some of his connections in other stations as well.
Yeah,
which is really good.
Yeah, he was going to pass on my details to BBC Leicester. So you never know. I could be on Radio Leicester at some point, or whatever channel they have down there, because I don't know. But that's okay, because I could do with going back to Leicestershire again. I haven't been there for a while.
Not since last year when we were baking in Lutterworth.
Yeah, that was hot. Yes, they were a fun bunch, Alice, I'll tell you. They were a fun bunch. That's the guy who was presenting, his name was Twiggy. Was his name Andy Twig, is it?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think he's a local celebrity. I think a lot of people know who he is. In fact, I found out something about him. The village hall where I was in Horsley, he was part of the ceremony that actually opened that village hall in 2019. Which was.
But that's your work in the studio, not the man who was out on the ground.
Yeah, the guy in the studio. Yeah, not Jack. Not Jack, the guy who was interviewing me. Character, I tell you. Okay.
Did you once appear on TV advertising the TVI channel? Well, you were on Steph's Pack Lunch.
I was.
And you've been on Look North.
Yes, I have.
For Lincolnshire.
Yes.
Twice.
I keep looking at East Midlands today as well because I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that there will be a piece on there in a while, because Rob Rose did a TV bit with me last week as well, but it's not gone out yet because I keep checking it. It's not there. So, right. What's the other thing I wanted to talk about?
I don't know. You didn't tell me. You told me nothing. You never tell me anything. I find out by coming on your live streams and listening to you and reading your posts.
Ever get the feeling I'm in trouble?
Yes.
Give me a second, guys. I can't remember for the life of me what the last thing was I wanted to talk about. It's called being prepared, this is. I have to say.
Hey, Andy, you should be like this dude.
Who? Bin man banned from wearing shorts opts for fluorescent kilt.
Shorts are apparently banned, but a manager told him he could wear a kilt.
I mean, I would too, with it being so warm. I mean, obviously, I've never got any intention of becoming a bin man, even though I might look like one now. But I think if I was, I would want to, in the summer, wear something a little cooler than them long sort of fluorescent trousers they have, because I would just bake in that. I do not do hot weather, to be honest. Oh yes, thanks for reminding me, Mike. You got there before I did. Holiday plans, yes, right, okay. So it's July the 3rd right now. We are going on holiday on July the 21st, which is a Friday. And of course, the camera is coming with me.
But we are not leaving the house unattended, just saying.
No. It's just going to be me, Nikki, Lauren, and Hannah. Victoria is staying here. So the camera is coming with me, and I'm not going to be filming a massive amount while we're down in West Sussex, but we are going to be doing some. The plan is, on the way down, I'm going to catch one in Hertfordshire, Flaundon, which is close to Hemel Hempstead.
Not far from the Lee.
Yes, not far from the Lee. Another area that Nikki knows very well is Hemel, isn't it, Nikki?
Reasonably well.
Yeah. And then when we're down there, I'm just going to film on one single day. I'm just going to do 3. I'm going to do Boxgrove. You might not know these places because they're in West Sussex, but Boxgrove, Tangmere, and Oving. If you want to look them up, there's Boxgrove's got quite a lot in it for such a small place. I won't give too much away, but that could well be a 30-minute episode just for a tiny place, which will take me about an hour to walk around. That tells you something. Tangmere's bigger, but has less. And then Oving's tiny, but it's got lots around it. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun day, that. And then on the way back up, I'm going to catch Gayton, which is in Northamptonshire, West Northamptonshire. And that's really it. That's the plans for holiday, effectively.
Speaking of holidays, I did see somebody. Can you just scroll up the chat, Andy, please?
I can. If it's warm, get a mankini on. I like that, Vincent.
I don't need to see that. Scroll up.
Yeah, you might like it.
No, I don't need to see that. Scroll up.
How far?
There you go. Foot corner. Scroll up a bit more.
Yes.
Hello from Morocco.
Hello from Morocco. Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Oh, I'm getting a bit of international flair there now, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you wouldn't want him in Morocco with a mankini on either.
I don't think any country in the world would want to see me in a mankini, would they? Seriously, would they?
Mark,
just so you know,
episodes you film and produce is a staggering amount of work. Yes, it is.
Just so you know, I'm not going to wear a mankini in any episode ever. Not even if it's in fluorescent HI Vis colour. Wait, I'm not going to do it, all right? Just to put that out there, mankinis are out, okay? I know I'm not the king of fashion, but I certainly wouldn't wear one of them.
That's not fashion.
Well, true.
It's not fashion.
True, it's not, you're right.
Right, so Mark says the amount of episodes you film and produce is a staggering amount of work. Yes,
Thank you very much. It is. But I still find time for myself.
All evening, all I hear is tap, 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 tap. In fact, all day, all I hear is tap, tap, tap. So there we go.
Gunner's Travels. What software?
Hang on, we haven't gone down the thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Megan, Michelle, hey Andy, hello. Oh, I'm sure you don't mind me saying hello. Alice, none of us need to see that, no.
No, you're right.
And Dave, yeah, right. And
you're right.
Yes, Mike, thank goodness. Right, now, Gunner's Travels?
Yeah.
I was just coming over to Chance to ask you something. What software do you use for your voiceovers?
I use my GoPro. I use this. That's it. You know, it's
you find a room with the right acoustics,
which is, well, usually our bedroom, but sometimes it's out of action. Not very often. Although the other day, this was quite frustrating. There was nobody in there. What?
Go on.
There was nobody in there, but I still couldn't use it because, I won't say this too loudly, next door had a chainsaw in the back garden and I could hear it on the recording. So I had to use one of the girls' rooms, which was rather frustrating, but yeah, there you go. It's funny. that only seems to be the 2 rooms in the house which have got the right acoustics for it. If I do it down here,
Terrible.
it's horrible. It just does not sound right. So, you know.
So lots of comments about you and a mankini.
Yeah. Mankini's not
Vincent,
happening.
if you wear one and go for a jog in it, pick so it didn't happen. Need something to put on top of fireplace to keep kids away.
Did you really just ask for that? now I definitely know Nikki is a bit of a challenge.
Be careful what you say.
Okay. I could wear one in Rand and see what that horrible man says to that. I could. But I've done it now, so I won't go back. But
hi, troopers.
Go
on. Have you ever farted on a voiceover? Would you leave me in? Oh my God.
No.
Oh,
no, Richard, I haven't. But a little heads up for you. This week's York episode, Stockton on the Forest, there is one particular shot where you can hear not a fart, but you can hear a burp quite clearly.
It's not him.
It's not me, because I have the inability to burp, by the way. But you can hear it quite clearly. It's a workman in the background. So let me know if you spot that in Stockton on the Forest. I was listening to the video back and I heard it and I was like, oh God. And I couldn't get rid of it because it's the start of a section. You know, the section starts a specific shot and I couldn't replace it with anything. So I was like, oh, you'll have to stay in. But yeah, it was quite funny.
I'll give you all the tip as well. If ever I'm doing on the video with Andy and you hear quiet followed by lots of giggling, you know something funny's been said that can't possibly be left in the video.
Do you mean like that infamous joke in Escrick?
Is that the one near Nestle's?
Hey?
Is that the one near Nestle?
No, in Escrick. It's in
Selby,
your
childhood.
You know, the Postman Pat gag. Yeah. I don't know whether it's PG enough to tell you.
No. Go on. Megan Michelle, when is your next YouTube video taking place? Which one do you mean? Do you mean a meetup? Do you mean the next release? A specific district?
I think she means when's it next coming out.
Well, every day.
Every day.
Every day, Megan.
Depends on which one. YouTube video is a big generic term.
Yes, indeed. Oh dear.
Have you got any footage with your radio debut? Well,
not my debut.
It's not debut, but is there a link that you can put in there?
If you want the link to the radio show, I can provide that for you. In fact, Nikki, if you just keep me talking for a second, I'll go and find it.
Oh, it's down to me, is it?
Well, I can't concentrate on 2 things at once.
Gee, thanks so much.
I mean, I can, but
okay.
I can, but it's difficult. I'll go and find it.
Yeah.
Then I can put it then in the.
Chat,
in fact, I sent it to you earlier, so I'll just copy that one. Yeah, easy thing to do. So yeah, then you can listen to it. The 4th part, the bit which was pre-recorded with the school children, that's technically speaking a different program because for some strange reason the end of the breakfast show on Radio Derby is split into another bit. But if I send you the first bit, then you should be able to find the second bit fairly easily. So here's the link incoming in a second. Yada, yada, yada. There we go.
Right, okay. Lewis McKechnie. Hi, Lewis.
Hi.
Let's see if you find another note from someone. Yeah, that'd be good. Those notes were quite good.
Totally unexpected. You know, I didn't expect that. Am I sending it first class or second class?
I haven't decided yet. But whatever it'll be signed for.
Yeah, I'll not be.
Signed for.
I don't want it going missing, obviously, because it's quite it's a unique item, isn't it? It's not. There's only one of these things.
So if it goes walkabouts, the post office can find it. I hope you're not meddling on my computer, babe.
Hannah's just in trouble here.
No, she's not. No, she's not.
No. I don't know. Right. I think we've come to the end of everything that was sort of planned to talk about. There isn't really anything else in my sort of mind at the moment. So really, the floor is yours for the next sort of 5 minutes before we sign off. So if anyone wants to fire anything at me, then please do.
Have you given the neighbour the Hoover back? No, it's not for us to give it back. It's middle child who is currently AWOL.
Yes, yes. Victoria's not very good at
Timekeeping.
well, I was going to say something else then, but yeah, it's Victoria's job to do it, but we haven't yet given it back yet. So, but we don't use that one anyway.
Oh, excuse me.
Sell it.
Tired. Oh. Tell it it's not worth bugger all.
May I suggest special episodes on the most extreme points of England, most western point of England, most northern, most okay. Well, that's a good idea in principle, but obviously
it's beyond the boundaries kind of thing.
It's getting there. That's the trouble, you see, because obviously if you wanted the most sort of western point, I'd have to go down to Cornwall for that.
Most eastern you've gone, haven't you?
Lowestoft is the most easterly point, yes. Now, of course, we didn't do an episode in Lowestoft, not yet at least, anyway. But we were very close to the most easterly point. So that will get done at some point. But of course, obviously, these extreme bits, because they're a long way from where I live, it's not easy just to get there, straight away and do them. I mean, people. I got asked this the other day in a roundabout way. Someone thought mistakenly that I was loaded. I had plenty of money in the bank, and I could just go wherever I want when I wanted.
Why haven't I heard about this?
Well, there's
me working with my fingers to the bone in the overtime cupboard.
I wish I did have that kind of money, but unfortunately I don't. And that's the problem, traveling around all these places, it can get quite expensive.
Yeah.
But I do manage to keep, a lid on it.
Yeah, we have to keep a rein on the spending, don't we?
There are plenty more to do around here, in the area that I'm willing to go.
This is why the views and things are so important.
Yeah.
Because to support the channel without physically supporting the channel, by putting in some extra views, it adds to the petrol pot, as it were, doesn't it?
Dave Birch, never a true word spoken. If you're loaded, you wouldn't be living in Robosh.
True that.
That's
true.
Actually right.
But I mean, to be fair, this house is owned outright. It's our house. So,
is that someone tall stood in the background?
No,
that's the coats on the door.
Right.
We have door hooks.
And Lauren's not tall.
No. No. Although it keeps growing, we tell her not to grow. Don't listen.
She's growing up. She's turning into a beautiful young lady.
Yeah, absolutely. And you will be seeing a bit more of Lauren as well in a few more episodes.
And you are beautiful as well, all right. God, kids. You got one on camera and one off. And you say something to one, you've got to say it to other.
Yeah.
God, dear.
Are your daughters better than you at filming than you? Well, actually, it's funny you should say that, because when Nikki sometimes does her cemetery videos, if there's a girl with us, they take over the camera. Hannah's already, said that, you're the best.
She's apparently the best.
Victoria's a pretty good camera woman as well. I don't think Lauren's ever done it, have you?
No.
Ah, well, there you go then. Now we know. Now we know. We need to get Lauren behind the camera so we can compare all three. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it this week, I think. Yeah, I think it's time for us to disappear, is it not?
Yeah, about that.
So, yeah, thanks everybody for coming once again. And again, remember, next week it's a members only meeting. So if you're not a member, and there are people in here that definitely aren't members, because
don't sign up,
because I can see, yeah, you're going to want the middle tier. Just click on join. It'll take you to the join page. if you select the middle tier, you'll be able to access live streams on the 2nd and the 4th Monday in every month, as well as these ones. And you can hear me witter on for another hour every month, I suppose, and see what else other gems I can come out with. And it all helps to fund all this traveling around I'm doing. So if you want to help me out, join button's down there. Not that I'm suggesting you should, but it's a hint. So yeah, time for me to disappear, time for Nikki to disappear, time for the girls to disappear, and yeah,
see you next week.
And next week I may have a green mankini.
Oh my god! No!
See you later, guys. Bye.